this video, I'm going to be showing you how you find accommodation like this, and this for under £20 per night. So I'm going to get straight into it. The two main websites I use to find and book accommodation are booking.com and Airbnb. I absolutely love using booking.com for booking hotels. So if we're going somewhere for 2 weeks or less, I like to book hotels. There's perks to booking a hotel over a condo, for example. Your room's going to get cleaned every few days or every day even. You might get breakfast included, you might have an amazing pool and reception and things like that. So it's worth thinking about whether you would prefer to stay in an apartment or condo over a hotel. Sometimes the price difference isn't that much, so sometimes it is worth using booking.com to see if you can find a really nice hotel for the same price. Booking.com is also amazing because you can actually choose to not pay until you arrive at the property. So what this basically means, if something does happen and you do have to cancel your trip, then you will not have to wait weeks for a refund because you haven't even paid the property yet. Let's get straight into booking.com. First, you're going to want to select your destination, your dates, and how many people will be staying at the hotel. Just to know, once you've searched, you can easily change the currency right at the top here. I had to change mine to GBP as it was automatically on Thai baht. Once you search, the first thing you should do is go straight over to the filter section. Here you will see a budget part. So I'm going to set this straight away to £20 to £25 per night using this tool here. If you use booking.com a lot like me, then you will notice it will save your most popular filters, but everything you see here can be found by scrolling down through this left-hand menu, and you can obviously add your own filters as you see fit. This is just what I use to find properties. So the main filter I select is the one that says hotel, but if you're happy to also look for hostels, apartments, other type of accommodation, then you can skip this step. I also usually select the filters that display accommodation that only has reviews of over 8 out of 10, as this sort of weeds out the badly reviewed hotels that are most likely not going to be great. And like I mentioned earlier, you can also select the no prepayment button, which means that you pay on arrival. Depending on location, this can cut the selection down quite a lot. Some places you find that like mostly all the properties allow you to pay on arrival, but I have noticed there are some destinations that there are barely any hotels that let you pay on arrival. So that's something to bear in mind. Toggle that on and off to sort of see what your options are. Now you can begin looking through the photos to see what catches your eye. Make sure you look at the reviews because they usually let you know things like whether the hotel's in a quiet area, if it's far from the centre, or anything else that you might need to know about the hotel. I look at both the reviews and the location. You can view it on the map how far it is from the beach, for example, if you want to be by the beach. So this hotel here, for example, is quite far from the beach. You probably would not be able to walk, which is a shame, so I'm going to head over and look at some other hotels. You can also use this map to view hotels in a specific area, for example, hotels that are along the beach. So I can see here there are quite a few within my budget, £200, even some for £100. So I can then click on them from the map and it will take me onto the view to view the photos. Once you've found 3 or 4 hotels that look good and have a good location, you should search the hotel name on Google to read the Google reviews. So my top recommendations, Google reviews and TripAdvisor reviews are most important to look at. I could be completely wrong on this, but I don't trust booking.com reviews as much. I don't know why. The website I trust the most is TripAdvisor for accurate reviews. And on TripAdvisor, you can also view travel photos, which sort of show you the hotel in a true light rather than the glamorous hotel photos that they've posted themselves, which are usually heavily edited. So before I go on to Airbnb, if you're new here, I am trying out the digital nomad lifestyle. I'm currently traveling Southeast Asia, and if you don't know what a digital nomad is, it's basically someone that works while they travel. So I'm lucky enough to be able to work from anywhere in the world because all my work's on my laptop online. I'm a digital marketing freelancer. I have actually posted a video on how you can work anywhere from the world and how I was able to achieve it on my YouTube, so I will link that below. Please hit like and please subscribe to stay updated with my travel videos across the summer. So Airbnb is my main website if I'm looking for an apartment or a condo for longer term stays, for example a month, although we did use Airbnb for the Bangkok condo, which was only for 2 weeks. I used Airbnb for both Bangkok and Chiang Mai. The one thing I would say that I've learned from experience so far is that you usually do get what you pay for. So although it looks amazing on the pictures and the pools are amazing and the gyms are amazing and it's only £300 or £400 a month, you are getting what you pay for in terms of size. Both the condos we've rented are super small. They are fine for 1 or 2 people, 100%, but it depends how much space you think you need. We're working here a lot of the time, so if I could go back, I definitely would try and find bigger apartments, even if I have to expand my budget a little bit. So I start my search by selecting the location and dates. I then head straight to filters and select my budget. On Airbnb, if you're looking for 1 month stays, it will show the total price rather than the price per night, which I personally prefer. So here I'm going to select around £400 to £500 per month. Also bear in mind, if there's 2 of you and you're splitting the cost, that's literally only £200 to £250 per month each. So it's such a bargain. I always filter for the place to have a pool, a gym and free Wi-Fi. Have a look through the filters, see if there's anything you'd like to add in. You can then begin browsing through the listings. If you click on a photo, it will take you through to the page with more information, including reviews and location. You can also flick through photos by clicking the arrows on the search page. Like I mentioned before, it's best to play around with the filters and budget to see what's on offer. You can see here when I slightly increase my total budget to £555 for the month, a lot more listings show up. So sometimes I adjust the budget. Maybe I can afford to go a little bit over if I found somewhere that looks amazing. This second one here is actually the exact condo that we stayed in Bangkok. The condo itself was super small, but the pool, the gym, the study rooms, everything like that was stunning. Although one thing I would say is when you're looking at accommodation, I suggest you go on Google Maps and look at the area around for public transport and things like that, because we found with this condo, it wasn't in walking distance to any public transport, like to the BTS or the MRT, which we thought would be fine because Grab taxis are so cheap. But on reflection, we did end up spending a lot of money on Grab taxis that we didn't really need to spend if we were close to the BTS or the MRT. Definitely look at the reviews on Airbnb too, if there are any available. If there aren't, you can sometimes actually click on the host on their picture and they might have other property listings. You can sort of get general reviews about what they're like and how trustworthy they are. Personally, we haven't had a bad experience with Airbnb yet, but you do hear some horror stories from like the owner not responding on the day of arrival and things like that. So it's definitely worth choosing somewhere that has reviews over somewhere that doesn't. Also, some of the Airbnb listings allow you to pay half up front now and the rest later on, which I personally did. I think that's a great option. I wish they also did what booking.com do and let you pay on arrival. That would be amazing. But yeah, they haven't got that so far. Unless I'm wrong, let me know if I'm wrong about that. So yeah, these are basically just the filters that I use to search for amazing accommodation. It would mean so much if you clicked subscribe. I will see you in the next video.